That down? Let's get things started with this, shall we? You know, I always tell people, and I have for years, never, ever, ever, ever pay any attention at all to online user ratings because they can be faked and manipulated. Now, the couple that you can trust are CinemaScore, because CinemaScore, they actually set up shop outside of movie theaters and actually talk to people as they're coming out of movie theaters. Also, for movies, Rotten Tomatoes audience score, because a couple of years ago, you guys will remember that they changed their system where only votes count that come from people that have verified, bought tickets, and saw those movies. When you get to things like IMDb and other things, we've seen this over and over again. Anybody can go who's never even seen the movie and go give it a 10 out of 10 or give it a 0 out of 0.
It's 1880s Tombstone.
Yes.
It's just the Wild West.
It's the wild, wild west. Now, the problem, though, with Rotten Tomatoes is that they don't have any such system for television shows. They have those systems with movies because they can verify they're owned by Fandango if people actually saw and bought tickets to those movies. Great. But they can't do that with TV, and that's why I often tell people don't pay any attention to user ratings on TV shows because they're absolutely meaningless, because there's no way to tell if the person registering a vote has actually seen the show or not. Case in point, the new Marvel Disney Plus show, Ironheart. Now, Ironheart dropped its first 3 episodes yesterday at 9 p.m. New York time, 6 p.m. LA time. For whatever reason, Rotten Tomatoes opened up the voting hours before that. And boy, did the organized hate campaign mobilize quick. Because as according to articles like this one in Comic Book Movie, Ironheart started getting review bombed hours before the show even aired. So people started firing in these reviews to a show they had never seen. How do we know they've never seen it? Because thousands of views report in and the show hadn't started airing yet. And so then you get the do-gooders who said, well, we're going to counter this. And they started putting in some 10 out of 10 ratings, even though they had never seen it, to try to counter the review bombing. Anyway, hours, by the time the show started, the last number I saw was Ironheart, with thousands of reviews from people who never saw the show, had a 29%. 29% audience rating for a show that nobody in the audience had seen. Now, Rotten Tomatoes recognized this and wiped out all those reviews. They wiped all them out, and I think they blocked anybody who registered a review from reviewing on that show again. Ooh. And then they reset it to 0 once the show had been out for, I think, a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever, once the show had been out. As a result, the user rating on Ironheart now is 70%, which I could see it being around that number, to be honest with you. I can see it being around that number. Now, we're going to talk about our review of Ironheart a little bit later in the show. But, Rob, I mean, once again, thankfully, today, this isn't really something we have to deal with when it comes to movie audience ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, because you can trust that the people who are registering the votes actually saw the movie in question. But this remains a problem for the television side, because Rotten Tomatoes has no way of verifying whether somebody who's coming in to register a vote, pro, negative, whatever, has even actually seen the show. As referenced by the point that hours before Ironheart even came out, you had this organized hate campaign against it because, oh, black girls, or whatever it was these little dickless wannabes are feeling. But I don't know, what can be done about something like this? Does this kind of reinforce my thought that nobody should ever pay attention to user ratings online? Or are there safeguards that can be put in place? I've thought about it, Rob, and I haven't come up with a solution for it. How do you see this?
Well, first of all, it just depresses me because I mean, it's look, I understand that IPs and people are not happy with the state of the MCU and all that, but at the end of the day, when it comes to genre programming and we have built-in audiences and people that are interested, like I am interested in the MCU, good, bad, or otherwise. I look at it, I consider myself a student of entertainment. And I think whether you love something within the MCU or not, it's important that you give it a fair shake, like with anything. And the idea that somebody, look, I feel the same way about James Gunn's Superman. There's all these people that have been spewing online hatred for a movie they haven't seen for months. First, it's unhealthy. 2, don't you have anything better to do? But 3, how is anybody supposed to, in our community, how is anybody supposed to, like, does anybody have any critical faculties or acumen at all? Do you even know the difference between something that's good or bad? And I'm like, how are people supposed to, we're the audience that they're trying to please. And if our feedback suddenly becomes meaningless, which is what this does, then no one's going to listen to the audience at all, and you're going to end up in a endless feedback loop where ultimately it's going to lead to all of us getting shit all the time. And it's not helpful. Now, if you truly want to help or you truly are interested in getting great entertainment, when something isn't great, you call it out in a way that's, I don't know, useful. Is that too much to ask? And when you're review bombing a show, that really doesn't say good things about you personally. And I hate it because look, we did not like Jurassic World Refund.
No, but I was excited about that movie, and I've spent months pumping up that movie and being excited about it.
Me too. But when we come on and review it and we don't like it, we bring a certain level of critical acumen. We have seen it. We contemplated it for at least a day before we went on and our show and didn't like it. So I would hope that our only value for viewers is they know that we speak truth. As much as people want to call us paid shills, I mean, we are not. And so I think it might be surprising when someone says, oh, John and Rob didn't like Jonathan didn't like Jurassic Park Refund or Jurassic World Refund. It means something, whether you want to choose. But I just hate this idea that somebody is going to go on and review bomb a show before it's even been seen by people. I find it really distasteful. And it's just yet another indicator of how our modern age, we really need to grow up because we're all infants.
And
I include myself in that too.
It all, like you mentioned, the studios taking that feedback, but also viewers now, they don't trust those reviews either because it's like, oh, it's just someone with an agenda review bombing it or whatever. Like now they've made themselves so that all the toxic energy they put in, it's really useless now because no one's even paying attention to them.
Yeah, no, and I think that everybody, look, Ryan Coogler's a producer on this show. I think that, he made 2 very respectable Black Panther movies, and one of those Black Panther movies he got made, and it's pretty good in the worst circumstances possible.
Yeah.
And he was able to make something out. He has one of the #1 films in years, original studio movies that made the most money. He created the Creed franchise. He's somebody that deserves our respect. Give the guy a break. Give him the respect that he's earned from us. We should be a fan of his and at least go in hoping it's good.
Yeah, I mean, when we say respect, we're not saying no matter what, say whatever he makes is good. No, but respect him enough to at least watch the damn content first.
Yeah, and give it a fair shake.
And then come out and say, and then fair enough, you hated it. Then you come out and you say you hated it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
It's all good. So, but let me then ask you this. With the movies side on Rotten Tomatoes, again, because they're Fandango, because they have the partnerships with AMC Online Ticketing and Regal Online Ticketing,
right,
they can easily quickly verify if somebody had actually gone to see the film. Do we have any kind of a system we can put in place for television shows? I haven't been able to think of one really.
No, I think that's really, unless you have some kind of a, like if you had an old TiVo or something like that, where they could show if you watch. I don't think there's any way to verify because what if you go to your friend's house and watch a show? Even if you had verification, you can't. Well, I went to my friend's house. Well, you haven't been verified. I don't think there's any way around it. I mean, it was interesting because what Rotten Tomatoes did learn, they saw, who went beforehand.
Yep.
Review. So now they know that your opinion has been invalidated.
Yeah, you're a fake reviewer.
You're a fake reviewer,
Yeah.
and they might start just locking people out entirely.
Well, that's
if you've done it, and they're within their rights to do so.
I feel like this may have been intentional. It's a dragnet. Get all the people on either side that are they haven't seen it. They dumped it in there, dragnet, block those people.
Yeah.
Start fresh.
Their version of ICE.
Yeah, again, which is why I think
We're deporting their opinion.
I don't think anybody should ever pay any attention to user reviews. I mean, again, Rotten Tomato ones for movies, yes, because they're verified. Cinema scores, yes, because they're actually sitting their asses in front of the theaters and talking to people as they come out. But like IMDb scores, Rotten Tomato television scores, stuff like that, none of it can be trusted. And people should just ignore it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? And seriously, do you have any ideas? And I mean this honestly, because I haven't been able to think of one about how Rotten Tomatoes can verify users registering votes like they can with movies. I haven't been able to think of a way, but maybe you can. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.